Time for Money Mondays with our certified financial planner, Peter Fraser. He's with Credential Q-Trade Securities and the Alterna Wealth Management Group here in Ottawa. And today's theme, Peter, welcome back. First of all, good morning.
Good morning to you, Rob.
Is retirement uncertainty?
That's right. Yeah, we've experienced some market and economic circumstances these past 18 months or so that have left a lot of Canadians confronting the reality of more uncertainty when it comes to their retirement. And McKinsey Investments, along with Polaris Strategic Insights, have some meaningful findings that, among other things, point out that as many as 1 in 5 Canadians over the age of 50 now profess to not knowing how much they're going to need to have saved to retire comfortably. And they go on to say that just 1/4 of Canadians have a detailed plan for what their retirement is going to look like, Rob.
Right. So we don't know and we don't have a plan. And we've had a challenging economy and inflation and all kinds of volatility, and that's like just the last 6 to 8 months. Yeah. So how has it had an impact on our finances, Peter?
Well, those bookends you talk about, inflation and market volatility, at this point, half of all Canadians who are not retired, so I call those near retirees, but they say that they're actively considering delaying their retirement. And 1 in 6 of those that are currently retired, they say they're thinking about going back to work. So the poll's standout conclusion is that more than ever, there's a knowledge gap among Canadians over 50 about the realities of retirement.
And I mean, just given how massive a segment of the market that demographic is, I mean, that's serious stuff, Peter.
I think so, yeah. In fact, another study done by Investor Economics points out that nearly 2/3 of Canadian wealth, that's like $4 trillion, is controlled by the same cohort, that over 50-year-old. And that figure is on track to grow to more than $6 trillion by 2030. So, I mean, one conclusion appears to be that at the very time Canadians are experiencing their greatest concerns about inflation, high interest rates, and the effect that those will have on their retirement, sound planning and good financial advice to this cohort has probably never been more important. And I would add, probably never been more needed.
Okay, what else does this Polaris survey point out, Peter?
Well, it talks about half of near retirees now saying that they're going through the reassessment of their retirement goals. And that includes things like reconsidering when and where, and having to put more aside for retirement than they thought they were going to have to. And that's interesting, Rob, that it's about the same for current retirees. Close to half of them say they've had to make some changes in their lifestyles, and these changes range from spending reductions to reassessing investments to considering more ways to generate income, going back to work. So both the existing retiree and the near retiree cohort are modifying how they're thinking these days, that's for sure.
Yeah. And in so doing, I mean, they would be following your advice. They're basically kind of running their own stress tests, right? A plan through thick and thin, Peter.
Well, I'm biased, but I think so. Yeah, ultimately a well-constructed plan. I mean, basically it helps a retiree or a near retiree to avoid having to downgrade a retirement dream. And that's even with market volatility and challenging headwinds like we've got. The other thing that this survey pointed out, Rob, is that Canadians more than ever still remain largely unsure of how much they need to save for retirement. So, you know, only a minority of 20 or 30% or so of near retirees and current retirees say they completely understand what kind of amounts are needed to sustain them during retirement and how to structure that.
Yeah, how do you nail a number like that down, though?
That's
because
right.
they must. The estimates must vary widely, Peter, right?
They do. They vary by individual. Obviously, some people can live on a little. Some people need to live on a lot. But, a sound and coordinated strategy in an area like this just means more knowledge. It also, which I think can help people be better prepared, and better preparation leads to better outcomes. And, people in the near and already retired stages just want unique answers to that so-called money for life question. And, personal and adaptable strategies that just help them monitor how much, for how long, over how many lives, and really no matter what the economic and market weather. So, it can be disturbing in times like this, that's true, but that holistic and outcome-specific plan that's unique to an individual, as you point out, includes all the things that we often talk about, Rob. I think they can help push not just survey numbers up, but deliver peace of mind and success to more near retirees and current retirees.
So what's the moral to the story?
The moral to the story, I would say that I guess without a plan, any route will get you where you're going to go. But with a plan, you're going to get to exactly where you want to be. So that would be today's moral.
Yeah. So lifestyle and expense planning. Tax efficiency, tax optimization. Yeah. Estate planning.
Exactly right. Estate planning, portfolio management. I think, a plan that wraps up these types of variables is essential, probably never been more essential, but certainly really important according to how retirees and near retirees are expressing themselves in this environment.
Yeah. So, find out the information you need and then get a plan that is based on that information. And a good place to start would be to listen to these podcasts, listen to the advice from Peter, and even better, pick up the phone, call Peter, email Peter. All of his details are peterfraser.alterna.ca, peterfraser.alterna.ca. And thanks for Money Monday again, Peter. It's great to hear from you again. Yeah, we'll speak soon.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, Peter Fraser with Credential Key Trade Securities and the Alterna Wealth Management Group here in Ottawa.